Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we're looking at Charlie's Angels issue 3 from Dynamite. This is written by John Layman, art by Joe Asima, colorist was Celeste Woods, letter Taylor Esposito. I have cover A, which is art by Vincente Cifuentes, colors by Priya Pilia. I'm sorry, I know I got those names wrong. Editing credits are Matt Idelson and Kevin Kentner, and this is of course from 2018 Dynamite. Now we pick up shortly after where we left off last issue. The girls know something's off with Charlie and they blew a CIA agent's cover. So they have to sneak into East Germany with forged documents, but the ink's not quite dry, so they have to run for their lives. And of course they run into a guy wearing lederhosen and carrying a plate of pretzels. Haha, because this is like the 1700s and not 1970s. Okay, that's dumb. So they flee, and of course they have some cool espionage gear and manage to steal some mopeds, with helmets of course. And you'll notice one of the moped owners in the background is a black guy. I am 99% sure that there were no black people in East Germany in the 70s. You know how I know that? Because it was Germany, East Germany, communist East Germany in the 1970s. Anyway, so they call home to find out what's going on from a CIA safe house that they managed to get to. And they end up talking to somebody they think is Charlie, but it's not. It's actually the gentleman Gardner from the first story. Charlie and this guy are still being held hostage by these German types in white suits, and they've figured out by now something's wrong. Either Charlie's been compromised or he's in on it. But they do end up giving an address, and somebody comes along with a comically large button and plants some dynamite and blows up this building. And it's silly because we see clock parts because it was a clock builder. Haha. But the girls weren't actually there. They take the guy down, and the bad guys call this woman Helena for help. Well, Helena has her own people, and this is where it got really dumb, and they really kind of are losing the plot. See, she doesn't have angels, she has devils, and they're Satan's Broughton, or Satan's Brats. Instead of angels, get it? Charlie's Angels? Haha. Yeah, it got really dumb. That was the end of the issue. I was moderately entertained. The art is atrocious. They do these silly things that you would see in like comic strips in the 70s where like people have hearts in their eyes. It's that kind of manga influence, but the art is just such garbage. And the guy in lederhosen, really? Really? There was a guy in lederhosen. Come on, it's really culturally insensitive, you guys. But yeah, the art was trash. The whole thing with like anti-angels is kind of dumb. Okay, maybe it can work. The story was okay. The art really hurts this book, and I'm really rapidly losing interest because of that, because it continues to do these silly, goofy things when the tone of the writing is much more serious, and the art is going in the completely opposite direction, and I don't know what it's trying to be. It reminds me of that movie from the 90s, The Phantom, with Billy Zane. Now, Billy Zane is a good actor, but the original script was a comedy, and then they tried to make it a serious movie later on during the filming. So part of the movie was filmed as a comedy, but it ended up trying to be a more serious movie. And it comes off as two different movies. You'll see various serious action aspects, and then you'll have these weird lighthearted moments that don't really fit the theme. And it really hurt the movie because of that. And that's what I'm seeing here. I'm probably not going to buy issues after the storyline wraps up. I'm actually considering stopping buying it now. Even though the writing is really good, the art is horrendous, and there's too many of these goofy visual jokes that are just not funny, and they're kind of stupid. And the paper quality is really thin in this, so you will find some really easily crinkled papers, and I think that really hurts it as well. But that's just my take on it. I'm losing interest in the series. I think the writing is solid, but the art is just killing it. That's just my take. As always, thank you for listening and supporting the channel. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing so you don't miss future reviews, and we hope to see you on the next one.